Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to explore NumPy array indexing, and it is one of the core concepts in NumPy that allows you to access, manipulate, and modify elements in arrays. Indexing is essential for performing any kind of data manipulation, be it for analysis or for computation. We will begin by understanding how to access and modify array elements using indexing. We will also cover negative indexing, 2D and 3D array indexing, and how to access specific rows or columns of multidimensional arrays. By the end of this session, you will have a solid foundation to handle the array data. So indexing is used to access specific elements of array. And index for each array starts from 0 for the first element, 1 for the second, and so on. So as you can see, suppose here one array is provided having the element 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the index element of the first element will be 0, second element will be 1, and so on. It will increase by 1. There is also a concept of negative indexing. That means you may refer to the last elements of the array also, but for that the last element position will be referred as the -1. Then further moving from right to left, it will increase. Negative indexing will be -2, -3, and so on. So the first element can be referred as the 0th element also, or -5th element also. So this concept is applicable to 1D, 2D, 3D, or any multidimensional array. So to understand that, let us go to the VS Code for the program. One dimensional array is provided having elements 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Next we have accessed the element of array, and for that we need to write the variable name in which array is stored. So that is array, and within square bracket we will provide the index of the element that we want to access. So we know that the starting index element is 0th element, and same way further we will get the further elements. So as you can see in the print statement, it is printed first element and array of 0, means array within square bracket 0. So it will represent the first element, and that will be 10. Next it is printed array of 2. So array of 2 refers to the third element. So the 10 is 0, then first, then 2, 3, and 4. These many index positions are available. So array of 2 will print the 30. Same way one can use the concept of negative indexing also, and for that, as you can see, it is mentioned array of -1. That means it will represent the last element. So it will be 50. Next again, second last element, that is -2, and it will be considered as 40. Next you can see one can modify the elements of the array also by referring to that specific element. So here it is mentioned array of 1 equal to 100 and array of 3 equal to 200. So in given array of 1 refers to the second element. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in place of 20, we will get the new value being 100. Same way the second and third element will be 40. So the array of 3 represents to the 200. So 40 will be replaced by 200. Next, modified array is printed, and for modified array we can see that the first element will be 10, next element will be 100, then 30, then again 200, then 50. So this will be the modified array. Next again the array is modified using the negative indexing. So array of -1 equal to 40 and array of -3 equal to 20. So again, if we consider the modified array, the negative indexing start from right to left. So first will be -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So the new array will be 10, 20, 20, 40, 40. So these will be the new modified array based on the assigned negative indexing. Next, two-dimensional array is created, and for two-dimensional array one need to keep in mind that each blue square bracket represents to the one-dimensional array, and it is representing the number of rows available in that array, and within each row present of each element represents to the number of columns. So here this first blue bracket refers to the 0th element of array, then second is the first element, and next is the third element. Now from 0th element, if you want to access 1, then at 0th element one dimensional array is available, and within this array we want to access element 1. So that means we need to type array of first row element, that is 0, comma, next column element, that is again 0. So 0, 0 refers to first square bracket and its first element. So as you can see here, it is mentioned that array of 1, 2. First is the 0, then 1, and then 2. So the 1 refers to 4, 5, 6. Within 1, we need to access the element available at the 2 index position. So that will be 6. So it will print the 6. So as we can see, this first is referred as the 0, 0, then 0, 1, then 0, 2. Next can be referred as 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. And the last refers to 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2. Next array with the position 0, 0. So the first array and its first element, that will be 1. Now suppose we want to access the specific row only, then we may write array of 0, but we will not provide the second element, so it will consider the row available at the 0th position. So row available at the 0th position will be 1, 2, 3. Suppose one want to access a specific column only, so for that we need to write array of colon symbol and comma 1. Colon symbol at the first refers to the access of all rows available within that array, but within that row second column needs to be printed. So it will print all the elements available in the column available at first index position. So element available at the second columns being 2, 5, and 8. So it will print 2, 5, and 8. Next, three-dimensional array is created, and within that, if you want to access the index position, then one must need to keep in mind that this outer blue square bracket refers to the 0th element, then second refers to the element available at the first index position. Within that, there are two index positions. 0 refers to the 1, 2, and 1 refers to the 3, 4. Within these element available at the 0th position, that is 1, 2, the element position will be 0 and 1. So as you can see, the statement printed is array with index position 0, 1, 0. So the 0th index position will be this blue square bracket, and within that there are two square brackets. So this one is the 0th index position and second one is the 1 index position. So within 0th position we need to access the 1 index position, that is 3, 4, and within these we need to access again element available at the 0th position. So there are two elements, the position of first is 0, the position of second is 4. So it will print the 3. So the output for this case will be 3. The next array of 1, 0, 1. So first we need to consider the index position available at 1 for the outer bracket. Within these we need to access the 0th element, that is 5, 6, and within these the first element needs to be accessed, that is 6. So here we will get the output 6. Let us run the program to check the output. So as you can see, the first element will be 10, third element will be 30, last element will be 50, second last element will be 40. Next, based on the modified values, the modified array is 10, 100, 30, 250. And in the second case, the element will be 10, 100, 20, 240. So here, for the second element, we have already updated the value from the first process. So the updated value considered will be the 100, and for the same element available at the third index position, the value updated to be 200, so it will be considered as the 200. The remaining process will remain same, so the output will be 10, 100, 20, 240. Next, the element available at the given positions are 6 and 1. Element at the first row are 1, 2, 3, and element available at the second column, that are the 2, 5, 8. Next, based on the indexing position that we understood, the element at the given position will be 3 and 6. So by mastering indexing, you can efficiently access, modify, and manipulate array data in both simple and multidimensional arrays. Whether it's slicing a 2D array or working with a complex 3D arrays, indexing is a powerful tool for all your data manipulation tasks in NumPy. Keep practicing to gain confidence in these concepts, and soon you will be able to work seamlessly with any kind of data structure in Python.